And welcome to another week of Friday Night Blitz, week 3 of high school football in the books. What a night, Peyton.
What a night, Madison. What games we had tonight as well. It was quite the show. We're finally getting into the good matchups, Madison. I was at Eagle Point High School tonight on the call with two-time all-conference defensive end from Eagle Point and now current SOU defensive lineman Hayden Gainey. I had a great time with Hayden and he did awesome tonight. So let's waste no more time and dive right into highlights from our game of the week. The Eagle Point Eagles got on the board first in tonight's game. They came out on fire after their loss against Mazama last week. Brighton Livingston found his leading rusher in David Brown tonight. Brown gets through to the end zone, 7-0 Eagles. Brown put up great numbers tonight and was unstoppable throughout the game. In the second half, the Lancers got to work though. They made some huge plays. Mickle found Pennington for the touchdown, 17-7 Eagle Point, and another long throw from Mickle for the Lancers, touchdown. But they will miss the extra point, 17-13 Eagle Point. The Lancers will have the ball again, this time for a rushing touchdown. The Lancers take the lead for the first time the whole game, 20-17 Lancers, but never count out the Eagles. Brown gets loose and gets on his horse for a 69-yard touchdown run. He is gone. That puts the Eagles ahead 23-20. And the Eagles won tonight's game 23-20. Your game of the week, week 3 winners are the Eagle Point Eagles. The Eagles put up 17 points in the first half, holding the Lancers to 0 points. The Eagles are now 2-1 on the season.
That looks like a great game, Peyton. How'd they look out there?
The Eagles looked great. I mean, coming off a tough loss to Mazama, they came out with excitement. Their defense played great against the Lancers' offense, and Eagles QB1 Brighton Livingston found his leading rusher in David Brown, like I said earlier. But let's check out those Mazama Vikings.
Let's do it. The Mazama Vikings meeting Marist Catholic once again, but this was no rematch for the Vikings, more like a practice. Third quarter, Marist QB throwing a pick six. Mazama up 28-0. 4 minutes left in the third. Tyson Van Gastel driving through for another touchdown. Vikings 35. Middle of the fourth, Tyson back again, rushing it for the touchdown. Marist will try to punch back with another end zone score, but it won't be enough. Final 42-7 Vikings. Vikings finishing with 330 total yards. The Spartans with 3 turnovers. Trice Horton himself having a night with 2 receptions and 38 yards and a touchdown, in addition to 10 rushes for 37 yards.
Talk about a big game, right? The Vikings over at Mazama are really cooking up something out there in Klamath. Could we see this matchup again in the championships this year?
We might, Peyton. But after that blowout win tonight, the Vikings might be one step ahead of the rest, I think.
They might be. And Spiegelberg Stadium was rocking tonight. South side completely packed. Let's jump minutes before the half. McNary reaching to put some more points on the board, but South says, okay, good luck with that. They'll pass one in to Ty Henry, not his first of the night, and they'll go for that 2-point conversion, and it will be good. The Panthers stuck to their game plan tonight and called for a 2-point conversion after almost every single touchdown. And it will be Panthers ball from there. This video might as well be a South Medford highlight reel. The South Side party will continue. Deacon Edgar having himself a night. He went 18 for 24 and finished with 267 yards and 5 touchdowns. The final score at Spiegelberg Stadium was 55-21, the South Medford Panthers. And the Panthers will continue their 3-game win streak and hand McNary their first loss.
Big matchups starting off week 3 of Friday Night Blitz. Stay with us because coming up we have the Hornets out at Ashland, the Pirates at the Crusaders, and many more games. Don't go anywhere.
Friday Night Blitz, presented by Abby's Legendary Pizza.
Sports was kind of what defined Me as a person, I love to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon, soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
New Astapro Allergy, now available without a prescription. Astapro is the first and only 24-hour steroid-free spray. While other allergy sprays take hours, Astapro starts working in 30 minutes. So you can Astapro and go.
With Choice Hotels, there's always a reason to book it. Whatever your reason, save 20% when you stay 2 or more nights at participating locations. Book direct at choicehotels.com. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm Ron Wyden, and I approve this message.
The fire consumed everything. Businesses and homes were destroyed, and lives turned upside down. Oregon has a big fire problem. That's why Senator Wyden is pushing the federal government to get its act together to responsibly thin overgrown forests on public lands. Wyden also got more equipment for firefighters and millions to help towns rebuild. Stopping these fires isn't easy, but Wyden is getting us the help we need.
Dear 2029, we look forward to seeing you. After our 160-point quality assurance inspections, we'll be Toyota certified used vehicles with 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranties. Not to honk our own horns, but the best new cars make the best used cars. Yours, Toyota.
Get 3.99% APR for up to 60 months on all Camry, Corolla, or RAV4 Toyota certified used models.
Find yours at toyotacertified.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Career politicians are rotten to the core. That's what my family used to say. That powerful people only care about power. My opponents have held power for a generation, and they will say anything to keep the governor's office in the hands of the Democrats for another decade of decline. They believe they are entitled to power, so they lie and distract and divide. But when something is this rotten, it's time to throw it out.
Paid for by Friends of Christine Drazen, PAC ID 19050.
Now, you're watching Friday Night Blitz on Newswatch 12.
Welcome back. Last week, we saw the Hornets step on the Crater Comets at home. Tonight, they headed out to Ashland. And what did you see from the Grizzlies tonight, Peyton?
Well, Madison, I saw a tone change. Ashland head coach Bo Leonard told us in the preseason that he understands what is at stake in this new league for his team. And I think tonight, we saw that against Henley.
The Henley Hornets once again putting their name on the map. Their defense was no match for the Ashland Grizzlies. Ashland recently moved down a conference, but they said this new conference still was not going to be a walk in the park. The Ashland Grizzlies scoring their first touchdown after the half, and it was all Henley Hornets tonight. Final in Ashland, 48 Henley, 19 Ashland. Henley came into tonight's game with a big win against Crater last week, and surprise, surprise, they did it again. A 29-point difference between these teams tonight, and the Hornets will take their win to Cascade next week.
That'll be a really good game to watch.
Well,
Hidden Valley had a tough time finishing last week against North Eugene, but tonight they met the Pelicans in Klamath. Did you see a switch in the team's dynamic this week, Madison?
I think I really did, Peyton. I saw a team that stayed all the way until the fourth quarter, literally.
Stay for 4, play for 4, right? The Hidden Valley Knights met the Pelicans in Klamath Union tonight. It was a close game all the way through, but the Pelicans found a way to close it out. The Klamath Union Pelicans beat the Hidden Valley Mustangs in a crazy ending. Both teams were matched up well through the game, but the upset came in the end of the game when a final field goal attempt was blocked. The final score of tonight's game was 10-8 Klamath Union. The Pelicans are now 2-1 on the season, and the Mustangs sit at 1-2 on the season. The Pelicans will face Marshfield next week.
And in two in-town teams, Mike Robinson and his Pirates took on the St. Mary's Crusaders tonight. And hot take, are the Pirates back, Peyton?
I want to say yes, but Madison, I can't. They are not back yet. They faced a strong St. Mary's team tonight, and although they got points on the board, there's still a lot of work to be done with the Pirates.
Maybe they'll come back soon. Well, tonight was another highlight tape of St. Mary's. In just the first quarter alone, the Crusaders were up by 21 points. Wow. And check out this pick six all the way to the house. He's going to run that all the way in. This St. Mary's defense was something else, let me tell you. A tough defense for Phoenix to rush by, and Jamie Young and his Crusader squad will take their win on the home turf, and the Pirates will head back to Phoenix with yet again another loss. Final in Medford, 56 St. Mary's, 16 Phoenix. Let me tell you, Peyton, I was at the first half of that game and the crowd was wild. Fans were hyped to see their team completely wreck the Pirate ship. A tough start to the season for Phoenix head coach Mike Robinson as well.
And for the Weed Cougars, it has not been easy over the last couple of weeks since the mill fire. The Cougars' first two games of the season canceled because of this fire.
But tonight, for the first time since the fire, the Cougars stood hand in hand, ready to take on, yet again, another season.
Weed was at home taking on the defending state champion Fall River tonight. The Cougars holding a moment of silence to start the game. Weed down 7-0 early first quarter on fourth down. How about DJ Horton on the botched punt takes it past the sticks for the first down. Sadly, a few plays later, Weed would turn it over to the Bulldogs, looking to answer a few plays later. Easy money from just a couple of yards out. Next possession for the Bulldogs, Brandon Brown rolling to his left finds Devin Humphreys wide open in the flat. Touchdown, Fall River. And the Bulldogs run away with this in the Cougars' opening game of the season. The final from Weed, 39-0. Bulldogs win. A sad ending for the players of Weed, but given the tough challenges they've faced recently, there's always time for a change.
And this season is really heating up, and we are only in week 3. Don't go anywhere, because coming up, we're recapping all of the out-of-town matchups you don't want to miss.
We're heading into my foundation 16 years this summer. We do a lot of things. We cover a lot of sports fees to make sure that kids individually can play the sport that they love without any hindrance whatsoever. Because of my cancer diagnosis and my fight that I had back in 1999, I had people pay for my medical bills, and so now we're raising money to help pay for people's cancer fight. This foundation is near and dear to my heart, and Abby's Pizza has been a part of that every step of the way.
Friday Night Blitz, presented by Abby's Legendary Pizza.
Jim Siegel Auto has got me singing a brand new song.
Jim Siegel.
Can't go wrong.
With Jim Siegel Auto, I know that I just can't go wrong.
Car care from people who really know how to care about your car. Jim Siegel, Grants Pass.
You
can't go wrong.
Jim Siegel Auto, can't go wrong.
It's Jeep Adventure Days going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. Choose from our great selection of new Jeep Gladiator 4x4s, or test drive a new 22 Ram 1500 Crew Cab 4x4. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. During Jeep Adventure Days, you'll save big on every new vehicle in stock only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Our screwed up political system doesn't offer any good choices, so we need big change. I'm not captive to the far left or the far right. As an independent governor, I'm the only one who can actually crack down on crime and homelessness and protect a woman's right to choose. We shouldn't be forced to pick between our fundamental rights and our personal safety. I'll protect them both, so we can get back the Oregon we all love.
Paid for by Run Betsy Run, Committee ID 3591.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to compete. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. I think I played 8 when I was a kid. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. We grew together as a community. We grew together as teams. When I drive by there, I have dozens of memories that go through my head. Abby's isn't just a pizza parlor. Abby's was home.
Now, you're watching Friday Night Blitz on Newswatch 12.
Welcome back to Friday Night Blitz. The Black Tornado had 191 passing yards last week against Bend, but couldn't come home with the wind.
And Crater had 2 turnovers in their loss against Henley last Friday, but the teams looked for change heading into tonight's matchups. And they sure did. North Medford finally with their first win of the season. Final out in West Salem 35, Black Tornado, West Salem 14. This is a big win for Nathan Chin and his Black Tornado squad, like I said, after losing the past 2 games. And the Crater Comets couldn't pull through once again tonight. Final out in Springfield, Crater 15, Springfield 33. Burke Brown really trying to stick to game plan, but it looks like it hasn't worked out for them so much this week.
It might soon, but hopefully we'll see some changes.
Oh boy.
And Cascade Christian had themselves a game last week, and they are keeping the win streak alive.
Lakeview also showed off last week against Brookings Harbor and didn't allow a single score for their opponent. Tonight, they couldn't get any points on the board in their loss to South Umpqua.
The Challengers beat the Bruins 56-0 tonight, a blowout win for the Challengers, and they are not putting their foot on the brakes anytime soon. The Challengers' next game is against Coquille. The Challengers are 3-0 on the season. And the Lakeview Honkers lost to the South Umpqua Lancers tonight 41-0. The Honkers will take their 3rd loss of the season and will face a tough St. Mary's squad next week. The Lancers are 3-0 on the season heading into next week's game against North Valley.
It's funny you say a tough St. Mary's squad, and they really were tonight. They showed off in just the first half. A tough squad they're entering.
Very.
And Cascade, again, putting up huge numbers this week after last week. Does it get any tougher? Who knows?
Well, some other out-of-town games finished with big scores tonight as well. The Illinois Valley Cougars and the Cross Point Warriors taking on some challenges tonight.
The Oakland Oakers soared by Illinois Valley with a final of 54-28. A 1A matchup that showed 1A did not come to mess around. And Cross Point fighting until the end, but couldn't finish it, leaving the Wolverines 2 points ahead of them at 20-22.
You're right, Madison. 1A teams came to play tonight. The Bonanza Antlers took out the Mohawk Mustangs.
And the Gilchrist Grizzlies will be staying at home to take on the Riddle Irish. That game won't be tonight. It'll actually be played tomorrow. Guess what? We'll have some Saturday high school football. What's better than that?
Nothing is better than that. Well, as you can see, the Gilchrist bracket is empty due to kicking off tomorrow, but the Bonanza Antlers came so close to a victory tonight, leaving the final with 20 Bonanza to 22 Mohawk. Tonight was their first loss for the Antlers, and they will head to Myrtle Point next week.
And hitting a Northern California team matching up with a Southern Oregon team. The Wairika Miners met the Mount Shasta Bears at Mount Shasta High tonight, and unfortunately, Wairika couldn't make it through. The final out at Mount Shasta, 12 Miners, 19 Bears. Wairika will head back home next week to take on Trinity, and Mount Shasta will be out at Weed. I guess we'll see if a few days of practice will help out that Weed team after tonight's tough loss.
Yes, we will see about that. Before we announce our Week 3 Plays of the Week, we have to tell you who won Week 2 Play of the Week.
Our Week 2 Play of the Week winner is Cascade Christian's running back Cole Shields.
Shields picked off Eli Palms and ran it all the way to the house for a pick 6. Shields added another touchdown to the Challengers' 54-6 win over the Sutherland Bulldogs.
And now that we announced our Week 2 winner, let's see who our contestants are for this week's Play of the Week. Peyton, are you ready?
Yes, I am. Let's see them. Our first nominee for Play of the Week is David Brown. He breaks loose and he could go all the way. Yes, he does. This was an amazing 69-yard run to the house. He ran and never looked back. That touchdown would give the Eagles the lead and ultimately lead to their 23-20 win against Churchill.
And contestant number 2 features this play from the Mazama game. Marist Catholic QB Jackson steps back to throw and throws a pass straight to Mazama's Trace Horton. And that'll be a pick 6 in Mazama's win, 42-7 over Marist Catholic. Those are some really great plays. I'm so excited to see the winners from those.
Make sure you head over to our website at kdrv.com, click on contest, and choose your favorite play of the week.
Now that this is Friday is basically over, and we're starting to prepare for next week.
And with another week gone, that means we have another game of the week coming. Madison, where's our game of the week going to be?
Drum roll. Next week's game will be out at Ashland High School. The Grizzlies are hosting the Hidden Valley Mustangs. I'll be on the call next week, and you don't want to miss this per usual.
Sounds awesome, Madison. I'm already looking forward to it. That wraps up week 3 of Friday Night Blitz. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
You can find out more about the big games by heading over to our website, kdrv.com, and watching College Game Night tomorrow night. Big college games coming up.
Yes.
Can we get a Roll Tide?
Roll Tide. You can always get a Roll Tide from us.
Have a great night.